We are coming to you from the city beautiful Chicago, Illinois, where tonight WGN Sports on the U presents White Sox baseball. It's Paul Konerko. He's back. Adam Dunn, A.J. Pierzynski and the Sox as they get set to butt heads with John Farrell's tough, young Toronto Blue Jays. Hi, everybody, and welcome. I'm Ken Harrelson with Steve Stone as we get set to bring you the finale of this three-game set. As you know, the Blue Jays have taken the first two. They won the opener 9-5. It was just a bad ball game. Then last night, we were just completely overmatched by Brandon Morrow. He went out there, was very dominated. We lost that game 4-0. So the Sox one game in front now because Cleveland lost to Detroit this afternoon. And on the mound tonight for us, Jake Peavy.
We've got our stopper on the mound. Jake Peavy is 6-1. His ERA just over 3. He's been absolutely brilliant this year. He's going to have to be today because this Toronto team, at least in this series, has swung the bat well, hit it well, and found a whole lot of holes. Also, they've hit the ball out of the park, which is not surprising for that team that actually has more home runs than we have. And they've got Henderson Alvarez going to the mound. He's a youngster. He's out of A-ball last year, and he's a sinker baller. Now, he's given up a lot of home runs this year because when the ball doesn't sink, it stays up and goes out of the park. So hopefully today, Adam Dunn is feeling good. Paulie's back in the lineup. We've got our offense in high gear again, and we need a win.
All right, sit back, relax, and strap it down. White Sox baseball coming your way. Chicago White Sox baseball is brought to you by the new Miller Lite Punch Top Can. It's Miller time. By the Illinois Lottery. Do you believe in the power of possibility? The Illinois Lottery, anything is possible. And by Ford. Proud sponsor of your Chicago White Sox and proud of our Chicago-built Ford Explorer. Check it out at your local Ford store or online at localfordstores.com.
Chicago White Sox baseball in high definition is brought to you by Xfinity, your home for the most live sports. Tonight's game is available in Spanish on your SAP audio setting, provided by 97.5 FM, ESPN Deportes, Chicago's first and only FM Spanish language sports radio station. It's a beautiful night for baseball here at U.S. Cellular Field, and here's how John Farrell's going to line up his Blue Jays. Brett Lawrie leading it off, then it's Rasmus, Bautista, Johnson, the DH hitting cleanup, Cooper, Escobar, Aaron Sebia, Vizquel, and Mike McCoy. A late insertion into the lineup. The defense, Viciedo, Diaz, and Rios left to right. Hudson, Ramirez, Beckham, Adam Dunn at first base. A.J. Pierzynski gets a nod behind the plate, and Jake Peavy going for win number 7 on the hill. His ERA a very good 3.05. This his 12th start. He's completed 2. Opponents hitting just 204, which is terrific. 15 walks, 68 strikeouts, and he's going to face a pretty good hitting Toronto team who've taken the first 2 games of the series. So the umpires for the game tonight. Behind the plate is Jim Reynolds at first base, Vic Carapazza. The crew chief, Jim Joyce, is at second, and Mike Esterbrook is at third. So as they throw the ball around the infield, we're ready to play baseball, and I'm ready to turn it over to my play-by-play partner, Ken Harrelson.
All right, Steve, thank you very much. And once again, good evening, everyone, and welcome to White Sox baseball right here with WGN Sports on the U, as they're just hitting the light switch here to get them on at U.S. Cellular Field.
I'm thinking I'll at least get the first top half of the inning in without the lights. Not that much of a disadvantage.
Well, they're not going to start it, as Brett Lawrie goes back to the on-deck circle, and Reynolds talking with Jake Peavy. Of course, Jake would love to start it right now.
Yeah, and he'd like to pitch, in fact, most of the game with no lights. But I don't think that's going to happen. I think what Reynolds is trying to explain to him is Jake said, hey, look, I was ready to go. I mean, if they couldn't get the lights on, might have been nice to know that, but we'll see how long he has to stand around and wait.
Well, some of the guys now, AJ's walking back over towards the dugout. Alexei walking in.
Well, you can see the lights start to come on. So
Takes
that's a good sign.
A little while to kick in.
Yeah.
But this is the finale of this 3-game set, and of course, as we mentioned in the opening, they took the opener 9-5 behind Ricky Romero, who's just an outstanding southpaw. Then they ran their outstanding right-hander out there, Brandon Morris, last night. He just dominated us. Just dominated our hitters. In fact, he only gave up just a few hits in that ball game. Shut us out 4-0. That's the 5th time this year we've been shut out. But make no mistake about it, I'll tell you, this Toronto ball club is young, and they, as you look at Morrow, they're aggressive. They got some young hitters that go up there swinging that bat.
And they also can run and hit the ball out of the ballpark, so they're playing in a very tough division. Obviously, the American League East has a lot of thunder, and this team has a very bright future. You saw last night the 3rd shutout of the season on his 3rd complete game. That leads the major leagues, actually. Pretty impressive.
Well, they say the new GM Anthopoulos, I have not met him, but they say he and John Farrell are taking this club up and up and up to a new level.
Well, what they have is, between the young players in the major leagues, they've got a big gap down to Lansing. Lansing Lugnuts. And Lansing has a lot of talent, especially young pitchers. So there are the standings. Baltimore leads by a half game. The Yankees moving up, playing good, solid baseball, getting great starting pitching. Tampa Bay right there. You see Toronto just 2 games back, and Boston playing .500 baseball and 4 games back.
So now Jim Reynolds says, okay, that's good enough. The lights are on all the way around, and let's go. So here's Brett Lawrie. Comes in hitting at .286, 4 homers, and 21 knocked in. He is 4 for 10 in this series. Just 22 years old. And the first pitch of the ball game, that ball hit into right field. Can of corn. 1 pitch, 1 out. Blue Jays come in hitting at 248 as a team with a 4.06 ERA. They are 14-14 on the road and 16-12 at home. And here's the center fielder, Colby Rasmus, 5 for 9 in the series with a homer, and he has knocked in 4. Blue Jays 10 more home runs than we have, 81-71. There's first pitch strike.
It'll be interesting to see if Jake uses that fastball that he throws right at the hands of the left-hand hitter and lets it drift back over the plate, because Rasmus is right on top of the plate.
Very quickly the count 0-2. And I mentioned earlier that the Tigers beat the Indians 7-5 at Comerica Park. Crosby over Derek Lowe.
Derek Lowe most unhappy after that game. Took the water cooler and slammed it down in the dugout.
Well, man's got to do what a man's got to do.
Well, I think he was unhappy about the pitch where he gave up the home run to Cabrera, but it seems like every day we're watching highlights and somebody's giving up a home run to Cabrera.
It didn't have to be a cookie.
No.
Not with that guy.
And it didn't make it out by much, but it did make it out.
Two and two, the 25-year-old center fielder. Bit of an unusual swing by Rasmus. He starts it normal, then all of a sudden he's got a little bit of a lift when he gets right to the hitting area.
Well, he was supposed to be a big power threat coming up. So far it hasn't worked out that way.
Jammed him. Good pitch right there. Ate him up. Gordon. 2 out. Well, I remember when he first came up with the Cardinals, he hit something like a 470-something foot home run.
Yeah, strength was not a factor. He's got all kinds of skills. Just didn't work out in St. Louis. There was some personality conflicts. So he's trying to resurrect his career, and he's getting a chance to play every day in Toronto. If you can play with the talent like he has, you can find a spot.
So here's Bautista hitting at 228, but he has 15 homers and 40 knocked in. He is 2 for 7 in the series with a homer and 3 RBIs. That home run was a long one last night. One and one. He has faced Jake 10 times, has 1 hit.
How tough is it for him to hit with that raised front foot to get his timing down?
Well, he's been doing a pretty good job since he started it. He went from a very mediocre hitter to one of the stars in baseball.
Is that the complete timing device? Is that what that is for him?
Yeah. That's, of course, the legendary Sadaharu O was the first known guy to get it that high. He played over in Japan and set the record over there, and that's fouled back. And he had the big leg kick, left-handed hitter. Lou Gehrig had a bit of a leg kick, watching the films of him. But it's just really come into vogue, so to speak, as everybody does it. Not everybody, the majority of guys do it the last 30 years. It keeps you back. The secret is it's not getting it up, it's getting it down.
Getting it down
fast enough. Remember when Bob Gibson went over there after they won the World Series in '68, or check that, yeah, in '67 against us, and he faced that Haro. He said, "I knew he got his leg up. I just didn't realize he could get it down that quick." As he got ahead of him and then walks him.
For the game today, there was a roster move. Kosuke Fukudome put on the 15-day disabled list, and the contract of Jordan Danks purchased from AAA Charlotte. So the Danks brothers reunited here in Chicago.
And here's Kelly Johnson, the DH.
Pretty good numbers at AAA, and he's just an exceptional outfielder.
Well, he's the best outfielder in our system. He's 25 years old. He's got a ton of talent. He's had some problems with his swing. They tried to adjust it a couple times, which really doesn't bode well for numbers.
Well, hopefully he found whatever he was looking for at AAA. He was hitting over 300, so we'll see.
Yeah, he's got the talent. That is not the issue. It's just whether it'll come out. Yeah, Jordan was hitting 303, 302, 15 doubles, 8 home runs, 28 RBIs in 57 games. Up high, 2-1.
Well, he wants to keep the ball up on Johnson, but he's starting to get underneath that fastball a little too much. Kelly Johnson has some pop.
At 9 homers, 28 knocked in.
That one bounced around like a roulette ball.
Yep. That scares me when that happens.
Well, people in the upper deck try to grab it, and the people in the lower deck don't see it. A chance of it landing on their heads.
He gone. And that'll retire the side. After half inning of play is their guys nothing and our guys coming to bat.
Aza leading off, then Gordon Beckham, Adam Dunn, Paul Konerko, Alex Rios, A.J. Pierzynski, who had the only 2 hits last night, Dan Viciedo, Alexei Ramirez, and Orlando Hudson. The defense behind Alvarez. McCoy, Rasmus, and Bautista left to right. Laurie, Escobar, Vizquel, and Cooper with Aaron Sebia behind the plate. And young Henderson Alvarez on the hill. Made the climb last year from A-ball to AA to the major leagues. He is a sinker ball pitcher, but he occasionally gets the ball up, and it goes a long way when he does.
And before we show you our picks to click, you at home select yours. Alvarez, just 22 years old, 6'1", 210 pounds, out of Valencia, Venezuela. Lowry in on the grass at third.
You'll be able to tell right away. Normally a sinker baller, most vulnerable in the first inning. There'll be some line drives and fly balls instead of grounders.
That ball hit hard. Rasmus going to hang up for him. He plays a shallow center field, and he has made some nice catches in this series.
Colby Rasmus gets a very good jump on this one. Cuts across. Well, takes away what could have been 2 bases.
And here's Beckham. Gordon hitting at .228, 8 homers and 22 knocked in. Gordon looking for his first hit in this series. He's 0 for 7. Fouls that back.
Alvarez leads their staff in giving up home runs. He's given up 12 of them in 72 innings.
One and one to count. Sox come in hitting at .254 as a team with a 3.97 ERA. Sox 14-16 here at home and 17-9 on the road. That's the best road record in the major leagues. Rasmus well over towards Bautista, who is short out there in right field. Big gap in left center. And there's a shot right back through the middle. So Sully's happy. And that'll bring up Adam Dunn. Biggin is hitting at .219, 18 homers, 39 driven in.
That's a sinker that's way too high, and Gordon hits it by Escobar, who doesn't have the greatest range around, but that ball hit the mound. Looked like for a moment it was going to kick up and he could make the play, but just shot by him.
Bit too hard.
Yep.
Takes ball one. They have a shift on the third baseman. Lowry is in short right field. Last night he was in medium right field. He did not go.
Well, we've also seen him in deep right field, essentially because he's got a strong arm. He's got the best range they have in the infield, and that's why they put him into the place where you have to cover the most ground.
They're going to go to second base. They get to Force. Cannot turn it at first. So that'll be a 5-6 fielder's choice.
Adam hits it right into the shift, and Lowry, who moves up, still can't get the job done. Good hustle by the big man as he beats the play.
So here's Paulie. Hopefully they flush that chip out of that wrist. Got it into a different position. Paulie hitting at .366, 11 homers and 33 driven in. Takes first pitch strike. Lays off that breaking ball. Count evens at 1. And there's a foul ball. Right now, let's check out our BMW picks to click tonight. Jimangio, our director and the crew, well, they went with Alexei. Steve's going with Adam Dunn. George Thomas, my very good friend down in Elkhart, Indiana. We're going to go with A.J. Pierzynski. And for a limited time, get incredible lease deals on the 2012 BMW 3 Series. Visit ChicagolandBMW.com for more information. Bullet. Back to the wickets.
And the security slash ball guy missed it.
But he's going to make a new friend.
Yes.
And there's a base hit back to the middle. So the professor
That's all it took. You move that chip around a little bit so it doesn't lock up the wrist, and he comes back and still hits.
And that shift saved him a run. So 2 on 2 out. And here is Alex. Alex at 289, 5 homers and 28 driven in. Breaking ball low.
One of the few guys in our lineup that their defense plays exactly straight up.
And that's how to play right side.
That's what Alex has done. Last 12 games. Starting to really heat it up. 13 runs driven in. There's a couple big ones on the base.
Lowry off his glove. Now they're going to wave at him around. He will score. As Lowry just gave it an Olay a little bit right there and didn't come up with anything.
No, he's going to move in front of that ball and at the very least knock it down. Goes E5, it should, and that's the 9th error of the year for Lowry. This ball's hit hard, but instead of getting in front of it, tries to give it that fancy swipe, comes up with nothing but air.
Don't stop now, boys. As here's AJ. Takes ball 1. AJ 4 for 6 in the series with a homer and 2 RBIs. That homer coming off Ricky Romero. Two and 0. Paulie at second, Rios at first with 2 down here in the bottom of the first. Count evens at 2. Just a beautiful evening here in the city. Beautiful. Mercy. 71 degrees as we speak. Nice crowd on hand. And the 2-2 pitch. Chopper to Hopper. But we pick up a run. It was unearned. We'll take it. And after one, it is 1-0 Sox. David Cooper. Jake taken for a strike. Cooper 4 for 8 in the series with a homer, and he's knocked in 3, and all he's been doing is just hanging out line drives all over the ballpark.
Yeah, that's the most impressive part about the series.
There's another line drive, but rope hook.
He's been pulling the ball. He's been driving it to left. He hit it out of the ballpark in the bullpen and left, and using the gaps.
Just 25 years old. Two and two the count. And here at the ballpark, 330 down the left field line, 335 down the right field line, 375 in the gaps, and 400 straight away center. That's foul back and out of play.
Jake's done a pretty good job so far when he's wanted to go inside on the left-handers. He hasn't missed out over the plate. He's kept it in on their hands, and not easy for a guy to do whose normal fastball moves away from the left-hand hitter.
Some guys cannot do it. Some right-handers cannot do that. And another base hit. AJ trailing right there, trying to sneak in behind him if in fact it was warranted, but it was not. So the leadoff single.
Jake throws a changeup. He keeps it down, and Cooper pretty much takes it off the shoe tops. This is a good pitch, but good pitches get hit.
Well, he's swinging a hot bat right now. So here's Escobar. Unell hitting at 252, 3 homers and 17 driven in. 29-year-old shortstop. Breaking pitch low and away.
Brian Butterfield going through his set of signs. Cooper not one of the speedy Blue Jays. They've swiped 40 bags, they've been caught just 12 times. Cooper 0 for 1 in that department.
And the count 2-0. Another long look down at Brian Butterfield.
Escobar loves fastballs middle in, and just about everybody likes to hit 2-0. This quick pitch by Jake. It's a good way to stop the thought of a hit and run or anything along those lines.
Well, he's got a little gamesmanship in him.
Yeah.
Two and two the count. And we'll send out a big White Sox shout out. And happy birthday. Happy 90th birthday to a huge Sox fan, Carl Grubert. He was born on June 7th, 1922. And that's from your loving son, Mike Grubert. Happy birthday, Carl. Now field slightly to the right, gap out there in left center. And a full count.
Now we'll see if John Farrell is in the gambling mode, because it'd be a pretty easy strike him out, throw him out.
There he goes. And look at this, right off the end of the bat.
That's a terrible break. He didn't get much of it. But with Beckham covering, there was nobody home on the right side. And Escobar couldn't have rolled it out there any better. So the hit and run is on. Jake throws a pretty good pitch. And the little squibber finds a hole.
Well, the only thing bad about that was going full, because if he wasn't 3-2, he wouldn't have been going. So here is J.P. Arancibia. He's 3 for 10. All 3 hits have been rockets into left field for singles. So trouble of brewing right here in the top of the second.
Arancibia second on the team in strikeouts. And he's only grounded into 2 double plays this year, which is somewhat surprising in 171 at bats.
One and one to count.
That one was right above your head. Oh, you'd have had that easy. Of course, that one came back with a little hair on it.
Yeah, it did. Breaking ball, no, 2-2.
Outfield straight away, fairly deep. Hudson over toward the line. Left side playing him as a pull hitter.
Take him right here. Don't want to go full again. That's full. So Jake using a lot of pitches once again. This will be number 37.
Escobar doesn't have much speed either.
Thirty-seven pitches and nobody out here in the second inning. There you go. And big trouble brewing here in the second. So here is the venerable Omar Vizquel. Hitting at .214, no homers. He's driven in 2. He played in the opener and went 0 for 4. And lifetime against PV. He's faced him 31 times, has 8 hits.
He's a switch hitter, but getting most of his work from the left side, where he's hitting .258 this year.
First pitch strike, changeup.
Outfield fairly shallow, round toward left and left center.
And a count, 0-2. Well, Jake Meister's got some chunking to do right here.
Vizquel does not strike out very much. 2 times in 42 at bats. So when you strike him out, you've accomplished something.
He gone. Big strikeout.
Make that 3 strikeouts as Jake goes to the breaking ball. Nice stop by AJ. That ball bounces right in back of the plate. Now, double play gets you out of the inning, no runs.
Speedy Mike McCoy. Late entry. Rajay Davis was originally penciled in at left. He was scratched.
Jake, one of the more animated pitchers. You can see him yelling at himself. And doesn't have the release point on that slider quite yet.
And that's popped back and out of play. McCoy does not have an official at bat. Bit of a gap out there in right center. Tries to bunt it. And Cooper was ready down there.
It wasn't necessarily a bad idea. It's just that that ball was way out of the zone. If he bunts that ball, it's going to go straight up in the air. It was not a suicide. But
no, but Cooper was ready.
Yeah, you have to lay down a good bunt.
So the 1-2. You certainly don't want to go full here.
And you just as soon not get to that man.
Oh, Bell came up on him, and that's going to score a pair. Nothing Hudson could do. That ball was hit hard and came up.
Orlando had just a great night at third base last night. This time he got caught with the in-between hop, and there's no doubt this is a base hit. Jake hangs a breaking ball. We told you on that slider he just doesn't have a feeling for it yet. That ball hit the seam where the grass met the dirt. And it's a 2-1 Blue Jay lead.
So here's Laurie, hit the first pitch of the ball game into right field. Takes a strike. Well, that was the perfect double play ball if it takes a normal bounce. Oh, and 2 the count. Somebody better hang out around second. Now Gordon's going to take a couple steps over. Good block by AJ.
AJ has his fingernails painted.
Nice. But the run's going to score as McCoy takes out Beckham.
Actually, it's a real good play by McCoy at second base. It's a clean slide. He doesn't know that Gordon's not going to catch the ball. And he allowed the run to score because Gordon never could get to the ball.
So it's 3-1 with 2 out. We'll check that 1 out and 2 on. So Alexei will draw the arrow. Lowry will pick up an RBI. That's his 22nd. And here's Rasmus. This will be pitch number 50. Adam, return. Nope. But a good block by Jake, and Hayes might. Oh my goodness! I thought he was going to throw it away. 2 down.
Well, good block by Jake on a throw in the dirt. Then a good block by Hudson on another throw in the dirt. Ball hit hard. Trying to make the most difficult. 3-6-1. Jake catches this one up in the chest. Don Cooper coming out now to just give him a breath.
So 3 in. Runners at the corners, 2 down, and Bautista the hitter. He walked last inning. Curveball, and a lot of this caused by going 3-2 to Escobar.
Yeah, just one. It's amazing how one pitch.
That's right. That's the name of the game.
One
Baseball.
pitch can turn everything around. The whole inning changes.
That's into right center field. Alex is there, makes the catch, but a crooked number goes up on that board. We'll go to the bottom of the second. It is 3-1. Bad guys. Jerry Haggerty Chevrolet for their support of the Wheaton Park District Youth Baseball and Softball. Your Chicagoland and Northwest Indiana dealers are supporting over 30,000 young ball players in their communities through the Chevy Youth Baseball program by providing leagues with equipment kits, instructional clinics, and financial support. From the big leagues to the youth league, Chevy is truly the official vehicle of baseball. First pitch strike. The Tank hitting at 254, 12 homers and 29 driven in. 3-1 Blue Jays.
Let's get to the youngster before he starts getting that sinker down.
Fouls that one down. 1-2 the count. They have taken the RBI away from Brett Lowry. Breaking ball got him, says Reynolds.
Tank not real happy. The pitch is close, but on our Xfinity pitch tracks, we'll see that it wasn't there. Good breaking ball, just didn't have the plate.
Here's Alexei hitting to 217. That one at 93, and the count evens at 1.
This is the guy we've got to get heated up. Normally about this time he's already there. Does have some pretty good movement, exceptional movement when he keeps that ball down.
2-2 pitch. Well, the pitch that's hurting Alexei is a pitch that he normally can just absolutely wear out, and that's the fastball. He's not putting his good fastball pitches he gets to hit in play. He's fouling them off, grounding them out, popping them up.
And normally it's tough to get inside on him, and they've been doing that.
Hudson takes first pitch strike. He's 0 for 6 in the series. That one on the inside corner.
We're going to miss Drew Hutchinson in this series. He's one of the real good young starters on this team. He was a teammate of Chris Sales.
So a quick 1-2-3 inning for the 22-year-old right-hander, and he leads it 3-1. Johnson cannot get the breaking ball. Struck out swinging on a changeup. 3-3-1 for their guys. 1-2-1 for our guys.
Jake would love to have a low pitch inning here in the third after really laboring in the first two.
Gordon's got him.
Some of you young pitchers out there that don't have good fastballs or good curveballs or any type of slider, probably don't have a changeup, don't think you have a chance, get a knuckleball. R.A. Dickey, the knuckleballer from the New York Mets, now 9-1, beating Washington today. What a start.
Here's Cooper. He started off that 3-run second. Yeah, we've discussed it many times. It's always amazed me that nobody has ever taken most of their pitchers in minor leagues who are in that gray area. That's popped up. And that's out number one. But taking their pitchers who in that great area where they don't think they're probably going to pitch in the big leagues, and taking a Charlie Huff or somebody who threw a knuckleball and teach them.
I mean, that would.
I mean, it's amazed me that nobody's ever done it.
Be the logical way to do it, because you can see a guy's stuff and you know he's not going to make it. He's going to be an organizational pitcher, a double-A guy, a single-A guy, whatever the case may be.
There's a strike. Escobar hit one right off the end of the bat on a 3-2 pitch. And that didn't take long. Indeed, he did have a low pitch inning. And we'll go to the bottom of the third. Third. Diaza, Beckham, and Dunn to face Henderson Alvarez. Blue Jays lead it 3-1. First pitch strike. Alejandro lined out to right center field with Colby Rasmus making a nice running catch. Getting back to the knuckleball, though, back in 1986, Don Drysdale and I talked about that. Never got to fruition, as that's popped up.
I guess the toughest part would not necessarily being able to get a guy who threw it, but being able to get somebody who could teach it. Because that's...
Well, I think it's probably among all your pitches, like sliders, your curveballs, your prefigure and change. It's probably the easiest pitch to teach. All it is a stiff wrist. That's fouled away by Beckham. And what amazes me even more than no clubs trying it is why Charlie Huff or Phil Necro or Joe Necro before his demise didn't start up a school of their own.
Well, I remember, and I'm sure you remember also, it was the infielders and outfielders that had the best knuckleballs on the staff.
Well, I faced, there is out number 2. I faced the greatest knuckleball in the history of the game, and that was Hoyt Wilhelm. I faced Wilbur Wood a lot. All the knuckleballers of that era, and when you talk about, you don't have to have a great knuckleball.
No, just make it move all the time,
and just be able to give it some semblance of control. But Hoyt, his knuckleball, his 2-strike knuckleball on 0-2, 1-2, or even 2-2 was devastating. It would move 6 feet. Adam reached on a fielder's choice and scored back in the first inning.
Now Lowry's way back there because nobody's on base.
I know one thing, not a real good, but a good knuckleballer on your staff can be a staff saver.
Look at Wakefield all those years in Boston.
He was one of the most unsung heroes of that Red Sox team for so many years because he was a starter, he was a closer. He did everything that it took to save that staff.
Many times when they needed a long outing, he just kept you out of the bullpen because he could pitch forever. And he could come back on short rest.
Wilbur Wood when he was with us, with the White Sox. Fouls that one off.
Alvarez has been working Adam Dunn exactly where he wants it. Down and out over the plate.
Got him, and that didn't take long. That is 7 in a row retired by the youngster. here, leading off the top of the fourth, is taken for a ball. 3-1, bad guys on top of them. You know, it's not who you play, it's when you play them.
Well, we're trying to avoid a 3-game sweep. It'll be the first time Toronto swept our ball club in Chicago since 1989. Swept in a 3-game series, and it happened back at the old ballpark. So it's been a long time between sweeps for these Blue Jays here in Chicago.
And that is fouled back. Arancibia walked and scored back in the second, and they scored all 3 of their runs if you're just joining us. And it was a little squibber right off the end of the bat. Yunel Escobar, and then a bad hop single off the bat of McCoy. It did us in that inning. And another full count. The more pitches you see, the more dangerous you become. So the dreaded leadoff walk.
Send along birthday greetings to Jonathan Ganty, celebrating his first birthday. His folks, great White Sox fans.
Here's Omar. He struck out, which at the time was a big strikeout. But it didn't work out that way. Breaking ball strike.
Hudson in close at third, looking for a bunt. Vizquel does that very well.
He might not be in close enough. Omar, at one time, one of the best bunters of his era. Popped up. Diaza. 1 out. And a reminder, if you're looking for a flexible ticket plan for the season, Sox Pick 7 and Pick 14 plans let you select the games you want, including great matchups like the BP Crosstown Cup Series. The plans start at just $89. So call 312-674-1000 and visit whitesox.com. Here's McCoy, had that, hit the ball hard down to third, and it took a bad hop. It was a perfect double play ball if it stays normal.
McCoy hit that hanging slider well. It looked like it caught the seam right where the grass met the dirt. And that put the Blue Jays on top.
And count 0-2. Some other finals, Milwaukee beat the Cubs 4-3. Miller Park. Mets over Washington 3-1, as Steve mentioned. Dickey 9-1 the winner. Oakland beat Texas 7-1. McCarthy over Darvish.
That game today was just about as hard as Hugh Darvish has been hit all year, as the Oaklands battered him around a bit.
Giants beat the Padres 8-3. Matt Cain 7-2. Oh, Jason Marquis 2-5. Two and two. Dodgers beat the Phillies 8-3. at Citizens Bank. Rang over Hamels.
Well, the Phillies are really struggling. They lost their 6th in a row.
That's into short right field. Alex is there. Well, that Tiger victory over Cleveland broke a 5-game losing streak that the Tigers had against the Tribe.
We've handled the Tribe very well. 8-4 this year against them. Tribe came in a half game back, now trailing by a game pending the outcome of this one.
Here's Lowry. Lowry 0 for 2.
Sox flip for charity.
Pittsburgh leading Cincinnati 4-3 at the Great American Ballpark. Big hack, no contact, 1-2. Jake trying to pitch over the leadoff walk here.
The last pitch, one of the better sliders Jake has thrown tonight.
Just got a piece of that one. Bottom of the 4th in the Bronx, Tampa Bay leading 5-1. That's David Price against CC Sabathia. Once again, the 1-2 pitch. He gone. So he pitches over the leadoff walk. We'll go to the bottom of the 4th. It is still Toronto by 2. Konerko, Rios, Pierzynski to face the 22-year-old Henderson Alvarez.
Second time through the lineup. Let's hope it's the charm.
Pauly, sharp single in the center his first trip. 1-1 pitch. Jammed him, pops him up right side. Omar's there. Let's take a look at that first swing by Konerko. And watch how Paulie right here releases his backside, his right side, with that leg. See how he does not go for that leg. He releases it. The leg comes up. He does not let his legs take him out of the swing. As here's Rios. He reached on an arrow by Brett Lawrie. Chopper 2 hopper Escobar. Youngster's got it on cruise control. He's retired. The last 9 he's seen.
Ball started to sink, and now he's starting to throw some ground balls. Plus, when he wants to get the ball up, he's got 94 on a 4-seam fastball.
AJ grounded out to second to end the first inning. Count evens at 1. Finale of this series starting tomorrow. 3-game set with the Astros. Gavin Floyd against Wandy Rodriguez. They'll make your plans to be here. On Saturday, Chris Sale against Jordan Lyles. Then on Sunday, in the finale of that series and his homestand, Philip Umber against former Sox right-hander Lucas Harrell. Checks it up. And Omar's going to get him. So that is 10 in a row retired by Alvarez.
DIC.
First pitch to Colby Rasmus is taken for a ball. Rasmus has popped the second, hit into a 3-6 fielder's choice. Backdoor curveball. Beautiful pitch right underneath the hands.
If you're going to stand on top of the plate, you've got to be ready for these. Tried to open up, but couldn't get anything on it.
Breaking ball hit hard in the hole. Leadoff man aboard. And the White Sox and the Cubs rivalry continues as the winner of the series takes home the BP Crosstown Cup. Great seats are still available for the White Sox versus the Cubs right here at US Cellular Field, June 18th, 19th, and 20th. WhiteSox.com or call 866-SOX-GAME.
Probably won't happen with Bautista because of his home run possibilities, but Rasmus can run. He's 3 for 3 in stolen base attempts.
Takes a strike. And the count 0-2. Got a shot at him. He gone.
He went into Beckham pretty hard at second base. And we'll see if Gordon is okay. Good play by AJ. Great block. Timely throw. And it looked like he might have tried to get him with the front foot.
Pops him up left side.
And Jake is not real happy with the positioning of the bat as it's been wheeled toward him.
Well, I think that, you know, they've got some guys over there with an edge.
Yeah, well, that's fine.
Where if you're playing with them, it's fine. If you're playing against them, it's not fine.
Well, that's what I mean. As long as you got the baseball in your hand, sometimes that edge will come back to bite you.
Johnson has struck out and grounded to second. And there's a strike.
Jake in the process of settling down pretty well after a rocky second inning.
Now, every team that I've played on, with the exception of one, I'll make that 2. Had an edge. Full count. Next pitch will be number 93. And that's the 4th walk issued by Jake. That brings up David Cooper, who's 1 for 2. This guy is swinging a good bat. Short and quick.
He's also hit every type of pitch our pitchers have tried to throw it.
So Cooper is hit. Trying to pitch underneath his hands right there, what you've got to do. And that'll bring up Escobar. Two on, 2 out. Breaking ball, pretty good pitch, didn't get it. That's popped up right side. We got a man there. Makes the catch. That'll retire the side. So nothing across. We're halfway home, trailing 3-1.
Bank member FDIC.
First pitch to Viciedo. Taken inside. Bank struck out, called out on a breaking ball.
That last pitch he swung at was a good 6 inches inside.
2-1 to count. Jammed him, pops him up. 1 down. And you can visit, participate in Chicagoland Great Clips salons by June 8th for the Great Clips Summer Sweepstakes Code. Now, the grand prize winner will throw out the first pitch on Mullet Night, Friday, June 22nd, plus get 4 White Sox game tickets and 4 pregame patio party tickets. That's the Bertucci boys out there. Bobby, Bruno, Anthony, Giggs.
Bobby had them all up here.
Yeah. Great Clips. It's going to be great. Yeah. 2-0. Alexei grounded out to third. Out and around that one, so a full count. Taking some other scores. Red Sox shutting out Baltimore 6-0. Game in the top of the 8th at Fenway. Atlanta leading the Marlins 4-1 down in Miami, top of the 8th. As a little chopper. Lowry. Boy, he's quick. He is quick with some terrific range.
He's got a very strong arm, and you can see him just kind of explode. He pretty much cover the whole left side of the infield, except perhaps up the middle by the second base bag.
So here's Hudson. He went out to left field. After 5 in the Bronx, still 5-1 Tampa Bay. Cincinnati has tied up Pittsburgh at game at 4. Tied at 4. Bottom of the 9th inning. I mentioned the Dodgers beat the Phillies. Phillies now 28-31. One ball, 2 strikes. And as the base hit, reaches out, pokes it through that hole. Let's just peck away here.
With the exaggerated shift, there was nobody home on the left side. They were playing him up the middle. Lowry was well off the line, but he couldn't get to it.
That'll bring up Alejandro, who was lined out to center and popped up to third. Orlando is 1 for 2 in stolen bases. Lowry in on the grass. And Rasmus very short in center.
It really could come back to haunt him
yes,
against
it could
Piazza.
in this game.
He's really strong. I mean, I know he hasn't shown it so much in this series, but he is.
Well, I'm talking about the score.
Yep. Let it get over your head, a run scores, and you got a man in scoring position.
We like to see outfielders who are not afraid to play shallow, but they got to pick their spots. The count don't help him out. Back him on deck.
Aaron Sevilla now out to talk with his young right-hander, who had retired everyone since Rios in the first inning until that base hit by Hudson.
He retired 12 in a row.
John Farrell looking on. Got a young ball club, has a talented ball club.
And they tell us that he's got the wherewithal to handle that club.
Yes, he does. You could pretty much tell it when he grabbed Ricky Romero and kept him on the mound when he wanted to essentially run off and flip him the baseball.
Yeah, very seldom you hear nothing but kudos, terrific things about a young manager. And that's ball 4, and here comes Gordon.
That puts the tying run on base. Go-ahead run at bat.
And a reminder, this Saturday, the first 20,000 fans will receive a commemorative 2005 World Series canvas presented by Xfinity. Xfinity, your home for the most live sports. Right here, 2 on 2 out. We trail it by 2. And that's downstairs. Looks like Alvarez wanted that one.
Well, I can understand it. But Jim Reynolds has not been calling the low strike tonight, and he's been consistent. He's just not giving the ball down there.
Watch out, Joe McEwing.
Shot down the line. Joe still got those good infield reflexes. He looks like he can still play.
Pops him up. And that'll retire the side. So we have a 2-out threat. Can't do anything with it. Lead it off here in the top of the 6th inning. 3-4-0 for their guys, 1-4-1 for our guys. First pitch strike. Arancibia has walked twice and scored once. One and one to count.
Jake in another situation here where he could use a 1-2-3 inning and he might be able to go through the 7th. A long inning here pitch wise, and this might be it for him.
Helped him out. And the count hangs at 1-2. He gone. One down.
Xfinity pitch tracks. Jake would get that one all night. There would be no hits.
Omar has struck out and gone out to center. Boy, that Cleveland Ball Club, wow. They had Roberto Alomar at second, Vizquel.
Lofton in center field.
That was the best offensive team I've ever seen. They could beat you any way you wanted to get beat. Tomey and Bell and all those guys, Manny.
Sandy behind the plate. Sandy Alomar.
They just didn't have the pitching. If they had any pitching, they might have won 3 or 4 world championships. But without question, that's the best double play combination that I have seen in my 53 years.
I think they spent 3.5 years together. And they bordered on the spectacular most of the time.
Well, Roberto was one of those players that could beat you every way that you didn't want to get beat. He could beat you with a bunt. He could beat you with his speed. He could beat you with his glove. He could beat you with home runs. Every way. That's popped up. 2 down.
Jake has had far from his best stuff tonight, yet you look up there and there's only 4 hits for these Blue Jays, and they have a pretty good hitting team.
Well, that bad hop and that little squibber. The 2 pitches that got him in trouble, especially that squibber. We got a man there on that line drive. And that'll retire the side after 5.5. It is still Toronto by 2.
Aaron Sebia. He was a first-round draft pick in June 2007, 21st player chosen overall. This catcher profile is sponsored by Xfinity Home. Xfinity Home offers state-of-the-art features that help you stay connected to your home and family, anytime, anywhere.
First pitch strike to Adam Dunn, leading off here in the bottom of the 6th. Konerko on deck, Rios in the hole. They got the shift on. Lowry in right field. Well, if you're going to shift. And they're doing it.
They are in full shift.
Like in golf, if you're going to lay up, lay up.
Difficult task getting in between Lowry and Bautista in right field. Unless he hit it out.
Look at the play. Omar, 45 years old and can still pick it.
Come on, Omar. You're way too old to be making that play. He's still in better shape than 3/4 of the people on the field.
Oh, yeah.
A bullet. And Omar just lays out. And he gets him.
So here's Paulie. Paulie 1 for 2. Breaking ball strike. And there's a breaking ball, just poked out into right field. So Paulie 2 for 3, wasn't new.
In the first inning, in what originally was called E5, Alex Rios drives home a run, and they change it to a base hit. See what's possible with AT&T Uverse TV and AT&T high-speed internet. Rethink possible.
So Alex 1 for 2. Ball gets through. Take him up, Alex. AJ on deck.
That goes as a wild pitch. Aaron Sebia tries to backhand it. Not recommended. And for Alvarez, his second wild pitch of the year. Now they change it to a pass ball.
Ball hit high, stretch. McCoy back, looks up, you can put it on the board. Yes. 2-run homer by Alex Rios, and this game is tied at 3. Mercy.
All the runs driven in by Alex Rios. McCoy went back to the wall, thought he had a shot at it. That's a 13th home run given up by Alvarez. He leads his team in this department. And that ball gone, not by much, but gone.
Counts as much as Bautista's last night.
It does indeed.
That pitch foul back by AJ. AJ 0 for 2 twice. He has gone out to Omar. So 3-6-1 for our guys. 3-4-0 for their guys. 1-2 the count.
Big night for Alex Rios. Big night against his former team.
And that ball's hit, sucked up by Cooper. Good feed to Henderson Alvarez. And that is out number 2. So here's Tank. Tank is struck out, called out, and popped up to second.
6th home run of the year. 31st driven in by Alex.
And of course, with that home run by Alex, the Alex Nellius family will donate $100 to White Sox charities for every Sox homer hit throughout the course of the season. That is number 72, so $7,200 donated by Alex Nellius in loving memory of Ursula. Cooper once again. But the 2-run homer by Alex Rios will go to the 7th, tied at 3. Top of the 7th inning, 0-1 to count to Brett Lawrie. And count 0-2.
This pitch to Rios is on the inner portion of the plate. Veteran Sebia apparently didn't want that particular pitch there. And they had somewhat animated conversation between innings, and Omar Vizquel came over in case there was any language difficulties. Then Alvarez did not look too happy as he descended down the tunnel.
The 1-2 pitch. Larry's 0 for 3. He's gone out to right. Reached on an arrow and struck out. Boy, everything this guy does look like it's fast forwarded, doesn't it?
He is a perpetual motion machine. First game of the series, Lawrie and Rasmus had 8 hits between them. Rasmus with 5 of them.
That was pitch number 115.
The venerable Darren Oliver, who once again has a great ERA out of the pen.
And the payoff.
Laurie's walked 8 times in 209 at bats. Usually, if it stays in the yard, he's swinging.
AJ wanted that one and did not get it.
Pitch tracks will show you that it was off the corner, but that pitch has been called a couple times. Didn't get called that time, and Robin comes out at the 117 pitch mark, and I believe that's going to be it for Jake.
I tell you one thing, I'd love to have had Jake Peavy as my teammate. He is a gamer. So he'll depart. Matt Thornton comes on, and we'll be back.
The top of the 7th inning. It's a 3-3 tie. The go-ahead run at first base. Nobody out. Thornton at 2-3. ERA 3.42 on for the 29th time. That leads the team in appearances.
So here's Rasmus. 1 for 3. Just jabs at that one, and the count 0-1.
Well, he does have one sacrifice this year, but that time it almost looked like he was bunting to push it at shortstop. He didn't square around. He didn't have particularly good form.
Going to the count. He almost turned right into that one.
Looked like a replay of last night, only this one with about 10 more miles an hour on it.
How's that back? Just watching Lowry at first. He's got both hands, fakes it. Reminds me a lot of Steve Sachs. The way Sachs played, everything looked like it was in fast forward.
He had a nice career, and then he came up with the fake.
Yeah.
Couldn't throw the ball from second to first, which is absolutely astonishing, but happens more than we'd like it.
Count hangs at 1-2. Yeah, Saxey was a good guy. Outfield about equidistant, spread out. Put him way right here, man. Top of the 7th and a 3-3 tie with the leadoff man aboard. He gone. 1 out.
Matt took a little something off the breaking ball, and he froze Rasmus. Would see nothing but heat. Perfect pitch.
That'll bring up Bautista, who has walked, gone out to right, and popped to short. And it was a major league pop-up. Pretty good pitch, didn't get it. One to count. Outfield playing him straight up, a little deeper. Bit of a gap out there in left center. Line shot. Caught by Hudson. 2 down.
He got inside just enough. That ball was hit awfully hard, but it broke the bat of Bautista. And he hit it right at Orlando.
That'll bring up Kelly Johnson.
2 feet higher, and it's an untied game.
Johnson has struck out, grounded to second, and he has walked. Checks it up and takes ball 1. Just tuning in, Sox with a run in the first. Blue Jays got their 3 in the second. Bad hop single scored a pair. Watch out. Lowry will make the turn. So first and third with 2 down. And that'll bring up David Cooper. This guy, I tell you, Cooper. He scares me. He is swinging that bat.
He's looked good the entire series, and he realizes that he can't do all that much. He doesn't have big power, but he makes the most of what he's got.
You get a guy short and sweet, short, quick. Yeah, he's dangerous. That ball hit hard in the center field. Diaza, he's there. So that's a hang whoop'em for Cooper. Meanwhile, 7th inning stretch, tied at 3. That's off his foot.
Double barrel action in the bullpen for our Sox, as Alvarez has thrown 95 of them.
The 0-2. That ball hit to right field. Bautista. So 1 out. And you can get your tickets now to win a 2012 White Sox Smart Passion Coupe. A beautiful little vehicle. Tickets are available at USA Field and at WhiteSox.com. The proceeds benefit White Sox charities. Chicago White Sox charities would like to thank Smart of Orland Park for their very generous donation. Hudson. Cooper. He knows what he's doing over there. 2 down. Also a reminder, the Hooters is the official road game restaurant of our White Sox. So come in any Chicagoland area Hooters when our Sox are on the road to catch the games on their HD TVs and enjoy great Miller beer features. Hooters, the original wing joint. Alejandro Diaza. Hey, you got to like what you see in this 22-year-old right-hander out there.
They've got a chance to have just an excellent young pitching staff.
This kid's aggressive. That was the 100th pitch.
He's got the Jose Valverde glasses on. Francisco Rodriguez has the same kind.
And there's a base hit, so good speed aboard. Shook him off to the pitch we like.
He shook him off to a high sinker. That's exactly what he did. He tried to get it down, but that's a high sinker. Alejandro on base 2 more times, helping that on base percentage and representing the go-ahead run.
He's 13 for 17 in stolen bases. And here's Beckham. Gordon is 1 for 3.
Alejandro with an on-base percentage now over 380. We've only tried Aaron Sebia once this series, and it was unsuccessful. It was Alex Rios.
Pitch out, 0-0. And Pittsburgh has just defeated Cincinnati. Clint's got those guys like last year. Boy, I'll tell you, they hung in there for a long time.
They got off to a very good start. Still have not been over 500 for a season.
Was it 19 years now?
Something along those lines. It's the big flood.
1-0 the count here. Checks it up, and the count 2-0.
Well, Aroldis Chapman lost that game, and the news has to be because he lost it. He had to give up his first run of the year tonight.
Well, what coming into tonight, he had not given up an extra base hit all year.
Well, his ERA ballooned to .30.
2-1. Count evens at 2. Pretty good move by the youngster. Quick feet. There he goes. Backhanded right over the top. He's got a gun. And that'll take us out of the 7th. We'll go to the 8th, still tied at 3.
Nate Jones has been the right man in the right spot this year. Takes his 3-0 record and 1.57 ERA into his 21st appearance. It is a tie ball game. And we head into the top of the 8th with the bottom part of the order.
Yunel Escobar will lead it off for the Jays. He's 1 for 3. He had one of those big hits back in that 3rd inning. Jake went to 3-2 on him. Cooper took off. He was at first with nobody out, and he just squibbed one right in the vacated spot of Beckman, which turned out to be a big play in this game. And a bad hop single by McCoy. And we trailed it 3-1.
Nate came on last night for 2/3 of an inning, gave up a couple of hits, but no runs.
Good foul. You got to be kidding. Boy, you talking about spend some meal money. Man. Leadoff double. That is a portrait right there of a duck snort.
Goes that fastball in on his hands. Doesn't get a whole lot of it, but couldn't have dropped it out there in a better place.
You could have caught that ball with a pair of tweezers.
Well, he represents a go-ahead run.
So here's Aaron Sebia, 0 for 1, a strikeout, a couple of walks, and a run scored.
He's got one sacrifice this year.
That's a good at bat right there. Nice job by Aaron Seavey.
That's winning baseball. 0 for 1 in the book, but he gets a go-ahead run to third, and he went up there thinking only one thing, and he got it done.
So here's Omar. Omar is 0 for 3 tonight. Struck out, popped up to center, and popped up to short. So the infield in, way in.
It wasn't a suicide.
No, it's one of those we just call the heads up squeeze.
Yeah, if he gets it down in a good spot,
yeah,
you got to go. If he doesn't, you come down as far as the man at third comes down.
A lot of people call it a safety squeeze, but that wasn't even a safety squeeze. One and one to count.
What Omar has seen is he's seen Beckham go to first, Dunn charge straight in, Jones charge straight in, leaving nobody at home at second base on both of those bunts that he didn't bunt.
Plus, he is really good at hooking the ball. And the count 1-2. McCoy on deck.
You still can't move back. Infield's still going to have to play tight.
That's going to be a souvenir. If you're just getting home, Detroit beat Cleveland today 7-5. So the Sox coming into this game 1-game lead over the Indians. And the count moves to 2-2. He gone. 2 down.
So Omar, who came in with 2 strikeouts all year, twice struck out in key situations. Not bigger than that one, however, and a good block by AJ. Smothers it, keeps his eye on third, and make sure the go-ahead run stays 90 feet away. Yan Gomes, who we saw last night in a starting role, comes on.
McCoy was 1 for 3 with that bad hop 2-run single back in the third. Gomes out of Brazil, Sao Paulo. Sets up nicely at the plate. And he's got the catbird seat.
It was Gomes who hit that rocket of a line drive, speared by Orlando Hudson to end that second inning. That was last night.
Nasty pitch on 2-0. One hopper. What are you doing? Wow. There's 2 outs.
Orlando lost track of the outs.
Man. Woo! All right, bottom of the 8th, tied at 3.
Gomes ends the inning, and there's only two possible explanations. One is Orlando lost track of the outs. The other is, well, he was taking the shortest throw to end the inning. Good thing AJ is watching, and he cuts him down. So anything is possible. The Anything's Possible replay is brought to you by the Illinois Lottery, who each day make anything possible. Well, McEwing said,
Gomes remains in the ballgame in left field as Darren Oliver, 41-year-old veteran southpaw, comes on. Done. Adam, 0 for 3 tonight. Oh, what a nice career that he has had. Almost a 17-year veteran.
ERA is 193 on for the 22nd time, so although he doesn't face too many hitters, 21 previous appearances, only 18 2/3 innings. He's usually pretty tough.
Better believe it. His dad, Bob, I played against. Big, strong, right-handed hitter, can hit it 9 miles. Breaking ball, 1 down, and it'll bring up Paulie, and here comes the skipper out to make a change.
Yeah, he likes Darren Oliver, but not quite enough to let him face Paul Konerko in a tie game late. So that'll be it. Oliver exits, and we'll be back after these messages. Well, he's back with the Blue Jays from whence he came.
So 1 out and Paulie. Then Rios, the hitters. Jason, 34 years old, out of Oak Forest. And here's Paulie. He's 2 for 3 with a run scored. That's that first ball fastball at 93 outside. Ball is ripped. Just foul. Says Estabrook.
Valori almost right on the line. You see it there. You got a good shot of it.
Yep. Just
missed.
Foul.
That one just missed.
1-1 to count. Big pitch. Always the 1-1 goes Paulie's way. And 3-1. Well, Frazier's got a big arm for a little guy.
He does that. Except that fastball has a tendency to straighten out.
And there's ball 4. Jason just 5'9". Well, now Jordan Hanks is going to go out to run for Paulie. Jordan just called up today as Fukudomi went on the DL. Jordan has good speed.
And a good night in Paulie's return to the lineup. 2 hits. On base 3 times. And Alex Rios. The reason we got a tie game because he's driven in all 3 of the runs.
He is 2 for 3 tonight. Takes ball 1.
And in the 6th inning. A 4th drive of the game. Towering fly ball. Alex is not sure. McCoy goes up, can't get to it. And the game tied at 3.
Takes a strike to even the count at 1. Banks down in Charlotte was 5 for 7 stolen bases. Didn't run much down there. Frazier jumps out on top, 1-2. Proud moment tonight for their parents. Looked like brother, their mom and dad looked like their brothers and sister. First and 30. Alex. AJ on deck. Breaking ball. 2-2. Make your plans to be with us tomorrow night. First of 3 against Houston. Gavin Floyd against Wandy Rodriguez. Little southpaw. If you can't make it, that game will be over Comcast Sportsnet. Then Saturday, Chris Sale against Jordan Lyles, and that game over WGN. On Sunday in the finale of this homestand, Philip Umber against Lucas Harrell. And that game back on Comcast Sportsnet. A little bigger lead now by Jordan. Yeah, it's got a piece of it and got a piece of Aaron Sebia. The 2-2 pitch. Line drive right to Cooper. Catches it, steps on the bag, and that'll retire the side. We're into the ninth, tied at 3.
Here's a double play that ends the inning, and Jordan Danks is trapped as his ball is hit behind him as he takes his lead. Not much you can do with that. You can't get back. Just have to hope
Nothing you can do.
Goes over his head. So Addison Reed comes into the game. The record 0-1, the ERA in the high 4s, but he's 7 for 7 in save opportunities. This not being one of them.
Top of the order for the Blue Jays. Laurie, Rasmus, and Bautista. Lowry 0 for 3 with a walk. Takes first pitch strike. Hard one hopper. 1 out. And stay connected to our White Sox all season long. Like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, pin us on Pinterest, and reblog our unique Tumblr content. Visit whitesox.com/connect today. Jacks it up, does Rasmus, and takes ball 1. He's 1 for 4. Led off the 5th inning with a single. And there was a ball in the dirt. AJ blocked it nicely. He tried to go to second. AJ just gunned him out. High pop up left side. Alexei. 2 down. For our guys in the bottom of the 9th, Pierzynski, Viciedo, and Ramirez. Here's Bautista. He has walked, gone out to right, popped up to short, and lined to third. That's him back, guarding the line. Breaking ball strike. He did not go. Line shot by Hudson. That ball looked like it went almost between his arms. So a double.
But he had a line drive right at him in the 7th inning. And this time, I don't know if he could get his hands up in time. It's a slider out over the plate. It's hit at him, just can't get his hands up.
So here's Johnson. He's 1 for 3. It's the man you want. That guy on deck is swinging the hottest bat on his team as far as hitting the ball hard. Fouls that down. The count evens at 1. And he jumps back on top. 1-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 out, top of the 9th. 3-7-0 for their guys. 3-7-1 for us. Ate him up, and the ball is foul.
Casey Jansen, Francisco Cordero going in the bullpen. Cordero on the right. Jansen obscured by, there he is, behind the fence.
Pretty good rip at that one. He had a cookie, couldn't do anything with it. Tried to get him, pulled a string. Two and two. There's Cooper. He gone. Attaboy, Addison. We'll go to the bottom of the ninth, tied at 3.
Where you can find up to the minute stats and important game information. The Game Zone is sponsored by Safe Auto. Call 1-800-SAFE-AUTO now for a free quote and reduced rates up to 35%. Drive safe, spend less. Francisco Cordero comes into the game. He's 1-2. His ERA over 5.5. Not asked to close all that often, and when he has been, he hasn't been that successful. So could be just in time for a loss and an avoidance of the sweep.
Pierzynski, Viciedo, and Alexei. AJ 0 for 3 tonight. First ball hunting, right to Cooper, guarding the line, and 1 pitch, 1 out. And if you're hitting the road, we'll take our Sox with you. You can subscribe to MLB.tv to see every White Sox out-of-market game live online and on your favorite devices in HD quality. Visit WhiteSox.com to order and get more details. MLB.tv, baseball everywhere. Oh, and 1 to count. There's a shot base hit right back to the middle. So here comes Alexei. He's due. He's 0 for 3. He's 0 for 10 in this series.
Now the outfield forced to play a little bit deeper than they've been playing most of the evening.
First and 30, Alexa. Ball gets through. Tank will mosey on into second. Now pick him up.
Could very well be the second pass ball. It's like Bob Rosenberg has said, it is a wild pitch. Yeah, that ball skips in front of him, but he'd probably be the first to tell you that he could have corralled that one. Well, that's a winning run.
Grabs the strike with that one. Breaking pitch in the count, 2-1. Now Rasmus shallow in center, as is Bautista in right. Just a hard foul ball. 2-2. Full count. Hudson on deck. One down. High in the center field. Tank is tagging at second. Here he goes. There's the throw. It's off the mark. So now it's up to Hudson with 2 out.
Heads up base running by Tank. Puts the pressure on Rasmus.
Rasmus got a pretty good arm.
Would have been close had the throw been on the money, but it was wide of the bag.
Hudson 1 for 3 tonight. Takes it down low.
Well, it turned out to be a big play because Cordero has made 4 wild pitches this year.
21 to count with Diaz on deck.
And Aaron Sevilla has not had the best of nights behind the plate blocking pitches. A lot of pressure will fall to that man if he calls a breaking ball down.
Shot, base hit, and this ball game is over. Orlando Hudson knocks in the winning run as the Sox salvage the finale of this 3-game set. They win it 4-3. Mercy.
Pick up a full game on the Indians. Lead back to a game and a half as Orlando Hudson, who had 2 hits tonight, takes it right back up the middle. Cordero does indeed come on for his 3rd loss of the year. And a big victory when you fall behind and salvage a 3rd and final game of the series.
And another gutsy performance by Jake Peavy.
I thought Jake tonight really struggled. Didn't give up too many hits. Didn't have the best of control. Had a tough 3rd inning. Could have turned out a little bit better, but he kept his team in the ball game. And his team, our Sox, came back and battled and finally won it in 9.
So the Sox go to 32-25. And as Steve mentioned, a game and a half in front of Cleveland, who were beaten by Detroit this afternoon. And we got the Houston Astros coming to town, first of 3 tomorrow. So make your plans to be with us here at the ballpark. Gavin Floyd against Wandy Rodriguez.
Well, a big night for Alex Rios as Alex Rios drove in the first 3 runs. And without his heroics, his base hit in the first inning, his 2-run homer in the 6th inning, we wouldn't be sitting with a big win.
Well,